with another episode of Real Life Movie Talk. It's your boy Chris.
Blockbuster Ben, what's happening? Back on this dreary Thursday, rainy as hell.
It is rainy.
Dude, I couldn't wake up today. I had an energy drink this morning and literally drinking it while in training at work, and I just could not. It was awful. I was so tired this morning. I was barely moving whilst drinking an energy drink. It was nuts.
Did you not sleep well, or are you just sick?
No, I slept fine. I went to bed
Must be sick.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't think I am. I don't feel sick.
I hope you're not.
Yeah. Do you want to get a mask?
No.
You want to go put a mask on?
No. Too late.
Right.
Too late.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I just could not wake up today. I think the weather that's what I think it was. It was just dark outside and, whatever. It just, long day.
Yeah. Screw Maryland. Weather. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It sucks. It was 70 plus degrees 5 days ago.
Yeah.
It was almost freezing 3 days ago. And now it's 50 right now. It's just...
Doesn't make any sense.
No, it's just test your resilience. That's what we used to say about, back when West Coast was beefing with the East Coast rappers.
Uh-huh.
When I was young, it was they don't even get winters on the West Coast.
That's fair.
If you're going to be, a tough gangster, survive a winter.
I mean, they get earthquakes, though, right?
Yeah, that's a scary moment. Stand outside on the corner trapping in 10-degree weather. Them Tim boots only keep you so warm.
I mean, earthquakes are pretty scary, out there. We had that one little baby earthquake here that one time, and it was nothing, but they get real ones out there.
I don't know. I mean, I saw all you gotta do is be the Rock. As long as you're the Rock, earthquakes can't affect you.
No. You can jump from building to building to helicopter,
It's done. Easy.
Yeah, easy peasy.
I'm gonna get a bracelet that says, "What would the Rock do?"
That's a good one.
Just in case of emergency.
That's a good one. Be a good koozie, be a good T-shirt.
And if I get shot by a criminal, you could run up and go, "The Rock wouldn't do that."
Yeah.
As I die.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Alrighty, man. Let's see. What do we got? We got beers, right? We got beers this week, right? Chris, still rocking his.
I'm staying true.
He ventured out once. It didn't pan out, and he just.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Just keeping it light.
So I got Heavy Seas, one of their, actually I think their latest release. I was talking about low-cal IPAs last week. So this is they released this, I want to say within the last week or two. It got sent out to liquor stores, but I didn't see it anywhere. But then they posted last night online that it was available to order through their website at their curbside. So I got it. It's the Drink Low-Cal Hazy IPA with key lime.
I would imagine there's going to be a superimposed.
Yep, picture right here. Yeah, because you can't really see the can, and the can is nothing crazy. It's just, not like the other ones that we have. It's not another crazy can art or whatever, but it's still pretty cool looking. And I'm not. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this. I think key lime is maybe a weird flavor to add to a beer.
That's the flavor of popcorn we got last week.
Which worked out. So maybe this will be... I mean, I don't know how heavy it's going to be in the key lime, but...
Everyone loved that popcorn, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Everyone.
It's great.
Yeah.
It was great. I mean... Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. It's good. It's not... I'm not getting a real key lime... Oh, a little bit. Towards the end. Yeah.
Did you lose your taste?
No. Stop. No, it just... Because I'm definitely... But I just don't taste key lime. I just taste beer.
What does it smell like?
I don't know.
No key lime?
No.
Yeah, it smells like IPA.
Yeah,
really
but it's light. But so that's the whole thing. It's 95 calories, 4 carbs. So it's not like you can, all the stuff that goes into those heavy IPAs, you can't pack this full of that. So if you're, like last week's, I had a low-cal last week too. And it's so, just trying different stuff. And this is one I think you could drink a bunch of, and you're still drinking Heavy Seas. And
slowly through this,
yeah,
I feel like you're becoming a beer connoisseur, right?
I don't know about that.
At this point, we should just be doing beer reviews.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those out there. Not that there's not a bunch of movie review shows out there too, but it just...
We do this because we like this.
Yeah, exactly. And this is one they didn't send to us. I went and got this on my own. Right on their website, hsbeer.com. You can go to their order section and get an order. And they still had some of the other special releases available. The Bottomless Bellini was still there.
Okay.
And I got another pack of that because I love that one so much. They still have the Cosmic Brownie Stout available, which we liked, and the 25, that heavy bourbon one. Man, yeah.
Shit.
So that's still available too. So they have a bunch available on their website, along with all the regular stuff, all the Loose Cannon, Tropicana, American, everything. So you can get growlers, you can get merch, you can get a whole bunch of stuff on the website. So it's really nice the way it's set up. And then
on the website,
and then you just pick it up curbside. Awesome, right? Simple.
Contact free.
Yeah, simple. Well, they gotta give it to you if you want. You can have them put it in your trunk if you'd like.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, they just, how do you want this? I was like, just give me the beer.
Give me
the beer. Yeah. So this is good. I would drink this. Yeah, especially on like if we're out. You know what I mean? It not trying to be stuffed.
Right.
This
well, that's how I am every time. I can't drink heavy beer.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, fresh in the GAC koozie, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see that, but GAC koozie.
Yes, they're fun.
Popcorn. EC Pops, of course, right? Of course.
Of course.
We kind of circled back to one that we've had. My favorite flavor, the one I used to buy there before all this started, because it's my favorite flavor.
For the fame and the glory.
Yeah. It's my favorite. The Chicago mix, the caramel and cheddar, to me, it doesn't get any better. Not like, just for a flavor of popcorn, like this is my ultimate favorite flavor. And
I agree. I think caramel and butter, cheese, all that stuff goes well with popcorn.
Mm-hmm. If somehow you missed the episode that we had this the first time, you gotta get this. When you go in, if you haven't had this should be the first one that you try. It's the best. It's my favorite popcorn. Can't say enough good things about this. I mean, I could just...
It's awesome.
There's nothing else really to say. Just go get a bag. That's all you need to do. Go see our friends up at EC Pops.
Get a flavor that intrigues you. Mm-hmm. Get a flavor that you know you're going to like. Mm-hmm. And then get one of these.
Yep.
Boom.
First up.
And the Oscar goes to Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight.
The Academy Award nominations came out. And if you've been following the show, you know I like the Academy Awards. He doesn't. And
no for me, dog.
But I've talked about every year I watch them, do a pool with our friends, and it just keeps you engaged with it. And I like watching the movies. You know, it kind of forces you to watch things you maybe wouldn't have watched in the first place. And there's stuff you end up liking that you'd be like, damn, I didn't think I would like that. Or there's stuff you're like, oh.
Which is the benefit of doing this in general. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So the Best Picture is their big one, obviously. They had 8 nominations this year. We have The Father, starring Anthony Hopkins, Judas and the Black Messiah, which I think I talked about.
I've seen it.
Yeah, Mank, about a guy. It's about the guy that made Citizen Kane. It's black and white. That's one that I saw the trailer and I was like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna watch that. And then of course it gets nominated for Best Picture, and Courtney and I, we watch them all every year.
God, that sounds like a boring week.
So we do it. We space it out because the Academy Awards aren't until April 25th. So you have time. That's why they...
Oh, so we're going to have our movie awards out before then, which is going to be way better than the Academy Awards. Yeah. Unless they get Bill Burr.
They didn't have a whole lot to work with this year either. I mean, to be fair, right?
If I'm going to be fair, it's never been good.
Damn, dude. Mank, so what did I say? Minari, which I think looks really good. Stars Stephen Yeun from The Walking Dead. He played Glenn in The Walking Dead. Okay. Nomadland, which I think I talked to you about at one point. That's on Hulu. Promising Young Woman, I want to see. Sound of Metal, which we reviewed, and I really, really liked. And then The Trial of the Chicago 7, which I also highly recommend. That movie is outstanding. Okay. So, of these, you said you've seen Judas and the Black Messiah, and that's it?
No, I've seen Judas and the Black Messiah, Sound of Metal.
Yeah, obviously Sound of Metal.
And I have The Trial of the Chicago 7 on my list.
Okay. These will be peppered into my schedule over the next...
Can I throw out what's going to win already?
Please.
Having not seen any of them. Except for the 2 we mentioned. The Trial of the Chicago 7 will win this category.
I think so. I also think so.
I've never even seen it.
I think it will, honestly. And, again, I've seen 3. You've seen 2 of these. I've seen 3 of these, including The Trial of Chicago 7. And I think it should. That's my already. We'll see, but I loved it. It's oh man, is it damn good. Yeah, I've heard good things about Promising Young Woman, Nomadland, and the other ones. Obviously, the critics rave about them, but
Judas and the Black Messiah was okay.
I thought it was pretty good.
Okay and pretty good are like right there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Crazy story. Well, I mean, that story is a wild story. Like, that it's true is nuts.
I love the title.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's Best Picture, Best Director. A lot of these mirror each other. Promising Young Woman, Nomadland, Minari, Mank. And the only one that doesn't is a movie called Another Round, which I don't know. Adapted screenplay, original screenplays, or writing ones.
Did you see One Night in Miami?
I did. It was great. You didn't like it?
I turned it off.
Damn.
I didn't give it much of a chance.
I guess not. If you turned it off.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude. I love that movie. I thought it was... I like that. Like, you could have included that one in this Best Picture. They have... normally, they do 9 or 10 Best Picture nominations. You totally could have included that one. And I don't know. I loved it. I loved... It had the same vibes to me as, like... Obviously, I think it's based on a play. But... Like Fences, which I thought is great, the Denzel movie, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which is also like if it's great dialogue, I mean it keeps you there. You know what I mean? Like, and I thought that had it. They were talking about real stuff, it's real people. The conversations are a bit I don't want to say fictionalized, but like nobody knows what was actually said on that night between those characters aside from those four. Yeah, it is. I mean, loosely they all met, isn't it? Like, and that's the whole thing is that they. Are you sure?
I'm almost positive it's not.
I'm going to have to look that up. Yeah, but I thought it was based on, like, that they actually met one night, but the dialogue is what they took liberties with, because nobody knows what was said between them.
I'll rewatch. I have to watch it.
Okay.
When I said I turned it off, I didn't mean I turned it off to never go back to it again.
Yeah.
I put it on. It was early, like the first Ali boxing scene.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't get into this right now.
Okay.
The acting seemed off.
Well, a lot of the guys...
It seemed like it was an adaptation from a play, if I'm being honest.
It is. I'm pretty sure
now
it
that
is.
you say that, I'm like, maybe that's what it is. Something seemed off about it. Like a low-budget studio film, almost.
Well, it's an Amazon movie, one. It's all filmed in basically one location, for the most part. So, yeah, I'm sure the budget wasn't huge. But I thought Regina King, which her directorial debut, I thought she did an outstanding job, man. I really, really liked it.
I'll give it a shot.
And that'll take me into the best acting categories here because, so for best supporting actor, Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield from Judas and the Black Messiah are nominated for supporting actors, and I think Daniel Kaluuya will probably win. He won the Golden Globe, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, cool.
But I think, and then Paul Raci for Sound of Metal, which is the guy not the mentor guy that he teaches him how to be deaf in the movie.
Yeah.
And Leslie Odom Jr., who plays Sam Cooke in One Night in Miami, I think he's my favorite off the list. So I don't think he'll win, but I would. That's who my vote would be for. Best actor, you got Riz Ahmed from Sound of Metal, Chadwick Boseman from Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Anthony Hopkins from The Father, Gary Oldman from Mank, and Stephen Yeun from Minari. And I'm pretty sure Chadwick Boseman wins this. Because he won the Golden Globe, which we talked about. And I forget who asked me. It was either you or... I think John was here for it. But it was his wife that accepted the award for him when he won Best Actor at the Golden Globes. Oh. So if he wins, which I think he will, she'll probably accept for him again, I would imagine.
It's a big award.
Yeah, I mean... you get it. Yeah, you know, his performance in Ma Rainey is outstanding. And... you know, it's one of those things, it's like the work the guy put in everything leading up to his death. I think he deserves it, man. I think he deserves it. And, you know, what else do we got? Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress. So, you got Viola Davis for Ma Rainey, who was great. Andra Day, who plays Billie Holiday in that Hulu movie, The United States vs. Billie Holiday, which we haven't watched yet. We want to. Vanessa Kirby from Pieces of a Woman, which is supposed to be crazy. Depressing. Nomadland, Frances McDormand, and then Carey Mulligan from Promising Young Woman. And then some other... You know, what I'm happy about is that Sacha Baron Cohen... Let me jump back real quick to... He was nominated, but not for Borat.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So, which is great. He's nominated for The Trial of Chicago 7, which he was also outstanding in. He was so good. Like, that's how... Like, do that. Don't be... Excuse me.
I drank once for custom too.
Yeah. But so Maria Bakalova, who was in Borat, is nominated, and I don't know who that is. I haven't seen that movie still.
It might be his daughter.
Okay, Glenn Close, Olivia Colman, Amanda Seyfried, and then, Ya Jung-yoon, I think. It's from Minari, which is about a Korean family. Right. And I hope I didn't just butcher that name. But, yeah. What else? What's the... Oh, Best Animated Feature.
That's one I'm interested in.
Animated?
Yeah.
Okay. I love animated
It's probably my favorite category on this list, honestly.
I've seen 2 of these. Onward and Soul.
Onward was... I think Soul's probably going to win,
probably.
But Onward's a better movie.
I agree 100%. I think Onward is outstanding, man. Oh my God, is it a great movie?
Soul was great.
Soul is also a great movie.
Cool concept, but Onward's better.
I think so too. The other 3 I'll probably watch. And then the rest of this stuff, I mean, I'm not going to go... No, most people don't watch shorts, you know, all that stuff. But stay tuned. I'll be checking back in with the ones that I watch.
I want to watch The Trial of Chicago 7.
Okay. Meaning like you want to do an episode on it?
No, I want to watch it and I want to be optimistic about it.
Okay.
But if I'm being honest, I'd be willing to bet, aside from The Trial of the Chicago 7, there's not another movie that I would rate over a 7 on that list.
Okay. We'll have to find out.
I think I'm going to like the Chicago 7 based on input, so that is probably going to be higher than a 7.
Okay.
But I don't think any of the other ones on that list will beat a 7. And that's just a testament to how trashy the movies that came out this year, any Academy Awards are. I
thought you rated Sound of Metal above 7. Maybe not.
I was drunk.
Come on.
It's a fluctuating score.
Come on. I got to look that up.
I should look it up because it was okay. I didn't really enjoy that.
Okay. All right, well, that's it.
I'd be mad at myself if I gave it over a 7, honestly.
And if you want to look, there's a website, thegoldknight.com. They have these ballots. You can go on and print one out if you're interested in it at all.
And Ben wasted the good ink, the colored ink on this one.
Definitely.
Pretty.
First, when I printed it first, I forgot to change it to color, printed it black and white, tore it up, printed another one.
Okay. Done.
Oh, man. Okay, so let's move on. We can jump into our first segment, which is the first ever MovieKombat on the show.
Okay.
Round 1, fight.
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah, so the new segment, MovieKombat. We talked about it. It was inspired by the movie Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
And the viewers suggested a whole bunch of movies for us to watch.
Whole bunch.
We can't do all of them because it'll take too long. What we're going to do is quick synopsis of random picks of the suggestions from the viewers.
Yep.
Then we're going to put them head to head, average our score, and boom, which one wins.
Yep.
This week we have an exciting matchup between Mile 22 and The Shooter. Both big wall.
Just Shooter.
Just Shooter.
Not the...
If we're playing the name their movies, I lose.
You lose.
Anyway, Shooter versus Mile 21. Huge
Mile
matchup.
22!
Mile 22.
Jesus!
I know some of these words. This is very well rehearsed, if you can't tell at home. Anyway,
oh man,
it's going to be a good matchup. Similar movies. Both starring Mark Wahlberg. Both shoot 'em up movies.
Yeah.
Both kind of anti-government conspiracy movies.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them. I enjoyed both of them. It's going to be a tight fight.
I agree. I also really enjoyed both of these movies. I haven't seen Shooter in a long time before this. But I saw Mile 22 came out in 2018. Saw it in theaters. I think I've seen it one other time when it first dropped on Netflix, and then I rewatched it again for this.
Okay.
And then Shooter I had to rewatch, and there were things I remembered, things I forgot. But I highly enjoyed both of these movies.
Okay.
So put a story out on the Facebook page so people could vote in it and select which one they preferred. And we got great responses from everybody. Do you want me to say now what won and then we can talk about the movies?
They're not going to know what won until we give our score. We can say who the users think is the better movie.
Okay, so of all the votes, the users picked... or users.
The viewers.
The viewers. Jesus Christ.
We're okay.
So it was about 67% in favor of Shooter. And then the other, obviously, were Mile 22. I'm not going to do that math real quick. Was that 33%? It's close. Is that the breakdown? Yeah. So yeah, the more people favored Shooter of the two. But I also think I saw a lot of people like when I was talking a bit, I haven't seen Mile 22. Well, you gotta watch it.
Yeah, don't vote unless you see it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
don't vote unless you see it.
Okay.
It's only 2 movies. This isn't 3-to-keep, for Christ's sake.
Okay, so real. I mean, Mile 22, directed by Peter Berg, who I love his movies. Right? No,
I don't know who it is.
I mean, he directed The Kingdom. He's done like 5 movies with Mark Wahlberg. This one, Deepwater Horizon. What's the Lone Survivor? He's done a bunch.
Okay.
But I mean, it's about this like elite group of operators within the government.
Okay.
And they go on like missions.
Yeah,
and
like secret spies.
Yeah,
I don't know a not secret spy, but spies.
Yeah, and in Mile 22 it opens with a bang. This team goes on this operation, crazy intense. They kind of just intro the characters. They kind of show you what their skills are and what they're all about. Then the movie jumps ahead 16 months, and then they go on for another operation, which is the main chunk of the movie.
Yep.
Which they have to take a guy who wants protection from his government. They're in where are they? Thailand, Indonesia.
Indonesian sounds better.
I think so. And they got to get him 22 miles from their base to this airport and get him out. And then he's gonna give him this code to get
stops a simulated nuclear explosion, something similar. You know the story.
Mm-hmm. But I thought it had great characters. I loved Mark Wahlberg's character. I really liked Lauren Cohan's character Lauren Cohan from The Walking Dead. Like to see her as like a badass soldier, I thought that was great.
Is that the other main girl?
Yeah.
I don't watch Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Also, John Malkovich, Ronda Rousey.
I thought Ronda Rousey was good.
She was awesome. And then the Indonesian actor Iko Uwais, I think is how you say it. I don't know, but he's in. He's in some awesome the Redemption. I think. Have you ever seen that? Crazy action movies, but yeah, great characters. I thought great action. Gunfights, car chases, hand-to-hand combat was insane.
Karate.
Yeah. And then there's a twist ending that the first time I saw it, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Really got me. And overall, my score, 8.3 out of 10 on Mile 22.
Oh, okay. All right, so I really enjoyed it as well. Mm-hmm. I could see that the guy that we don't know how to pronounce his name,
mm-hmm.
I could see him becoming like the next Jackie Chan or Jet Li of the next generation.
He's awesome.
If they keep making movies that include Kung Fu, he really does a good job in the fight sequences. His facial expressions, the way he handles it is really good. The movie overall is pretty good. If I had one thing I didn't like about it, I thought Mark Wahlberg talked too fast. Like they gave him some form of Asperger's similar to The Accountant, but they didn't really elaborate on it.
Yeah.
And then all they did was he snapped his wrist. Mm-hmm. He was super intelligent but couldn't focus. Mm-hmm. But they didn't elaborate at all on it. And then when he would talk to people, his dialogue's really fast. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like you have a great punchline to your sentence, but you don't let it hit because you're talking too fast. Mm-hmm. And I know something about that because I talk fast in general. Mm-hmm. So just one little takeaway from me. I knew there was a big twist coming. I didn't know what it was, but the whole time I'm watching, like, okay, so what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Mm-hmm. I think the movie took risks. I enjoyed it overall.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7.8.
Okay. 10.8 for Chris.
So I enjoyed it. I will recommend. Definitely check it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people said they haven't seen it. And I'm like, you got to watch. It's an hour and a half. I mean, it's such a quick watch.
Yep.
It's totally worth your time.
Definitely worth it.
Okay, so Shooter, its opponent. Directed by Antoine Fuqua, who directed, what did he do? I think Training Day, the remake of the Magnificent Seven, with Denzel. He's done a whole bunch of movies.
Yeah, Training Day.
Also starring Mark Wahlberg, has Michael Pena, Danny Glover, Kate Mara, and Rona Mitra. Good supporting cast, I thought. Again, this one also opens with an intense, opening sequence.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty wild about this. Mark Wahlberg plays a sniper in the military. Mm-hmm. He's on an operation, and he gets you get introduced to him. Again, they show you him. They show you his skills, and then he gets left behind on this mission. Yep. And then the movie fast forwards 3 years.
Right.
And I know this is based on a book. And I think the original book was set in Vietnam, so they modernized it, but the story was about this like loosely not based on, but like the idea came from this Marine sniper in Vietnam who has like an insane kill, like a kill record. Is it record? I don't know what you would call it, but he I mean I think the highest kills of any sniper up until then was Chris Kyle. Yeah, which I actually read the book. I read the book about the guy that got the idea from. Based on. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah. Anyway, fast forward 3 years. And then he gets Mark Wahlberg gets pulled back in
to perform a hit.
To like set up a presidential assassination.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
And
so they can know how to stop it.
So they can stop it. That's the whole thing. Government they know an attack is coming. They need him to show them how it's going to come so they can stop it.
Right.
And then he gets set up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then it goes from there. It's all about him trying to prove that he's innocent. I thought it was a great story. They got bonus points for me for some scenes filmed in Baltimore, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Down in Fed Hill, right overlooking the harbor and stuff.
Yeah. Also in Philly, which I love Philly.
They had great supporting characters. Specifically, I like the guy. His name in the movie was Mr. Rate. It's a guy that Mark Wahlberg like visits during the story and asks him how like certain bullets are made or how they could be like mirrored to look like if it wasn't shot from this gun, but how could they make it look like it was shot from this gun? I love that guy's character, and I recognized him because he's in a Steven Seagal movie that I watched growing up called Fire Down Below.
Talk about karate movies.
Dude,
Steven Seagal will whoop your ass.
Yeah.
I'll drink for that.
Yeah, so I like that guy's character. I did think that the like mid-level bad guy was like stupid corny, like he was real, like the guy right below Danny Glover's character, his enforcer. I thought that guy was corny. He has some ridiculous like dialogue, like screaming out at that was kind of dumb. There was a few moments I felt like in Shooter that were unrealistic at times. Some of the stuff felt more unrealistic to me, like the one bullet blows up this insane gas, and then like the chopper gets taken down. It was like crazy moments like that. I don't know if that would actually happen. There's a piece at the end, like a couple things at the end that I was like, well, that's it. And then there's this other humongous explosion. And it's one of those moments where it's like, you're walking away from it, but like the shockwave from that explosion would send you. I've done that how many times?
See, that's what the shockwave would do.
Yeah. So anyway, it's overall still really a great movie. And I would recommend it. My score for Shooter, 7.6 out of 10. 7.6.
Damn, our score's going to be close.
Okay.
All right, so.
It's written down. It's already written down.
I know mine. I'm not going to change it.
Yeah.
I give it a 10. No.
Are you Luke over here?
So, I agree with a lot of what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think the movie's amazing. Mm-hmm. The storyline's cool. Who doesn't like a corrupt government? But it wasn't the whole government. It's just a sanction that was corrupt, and he has to take him down, prove his innocence. Mm-hmm. I thought the concept of the movie was awesome because there was a lot of twists and turns, and it just made sense. It felt like there's an ending, and then we need to figure out how to get to the ending is how they wrote this movie.
Right.
And it just seems like something you could do. There was a line in the movie where he said, how do you make an assassination not look like an assassination? You kill him while he's standing next to the president.
Oh, yeah.
Such a good concept. It had nothing to do with killing the president ever. Spoiler alert. It was about killing a prime minister from Africa, or something from Africa. I'm sorry that I don't remember what it was. But they killed him.
He was prime minister.
And
an archbishop.
Something.
He was an archbishop,
that was going to turn in the big bad guy about something.
Yeah.
And the news covered it as an assassination attempt on the president, which is a really cool concept. And then Mark Wahlberg gets to go around and decipher things that aren't accurate that make him seem like it's to prove that it's a setup. It was cool. Plus the lead lady, I don't remember her name, but man, she is pretty. Good for her.
Yeah, she's very good looking.
Yeah.
That's one of her first roles too, I think. Well, one of the first things I can remember seeing her in.
Yeah.
And I mean, she has that like southern accent. I mean, yeah, she was great. Oh,
one more scene I wanted to talk about.
I did too. Go ahead.
When it might be the same scene. When he goes in, his partner is a sniper scout, so he's sniping. And on the first mission, his partner gets killed. When he sees the main character, he apologizes to her for not being able to protect her husband, Donnie.
Yeah.
And she slapped him. And she was like, Donnie knew what he was doing. Yeah. He got himself into it. Don't you dare try to take that away from him.
Yeah.
Like, he's not your responsibility. He was his own responsibility. Let him stand on his decisions like a man. And I respected that.
That was a powerful moment.
Cool.
Good. But what I was going to say is I watched a little of the special features on this because I bought it because it was streaming nowhere.
Right.
And the end scene takes place up in this mountain, like a crazy mountain, like high up. It's wild.
That was pretty cool.
And you know what's like? That was real. They filmed on a glacier for 2 weeks.
Damn.
So like, if you're watching that, so where I did have a few gripes where I thought, well, this might be a little unrealistic. That was real, like the real deal. They were out in the for 2 weeks, freezing, filming these scenes. They had to helicopter up every day and then helicopter back down.
That's awesome. I will say that I feel like this movie was more realistic than Mile 22.
Okay, I thought you were going to say in 2007,
no.
back when it came out.
Mile 22, the other operative beat up 15 people in a row with his bare hands.
He's a
Stop it.
Muay Thai expert.
Ask the greatest fighter in the world, John Jones,
Okay.
if he could beat 2 UFC fighters at the same time. He's not going to. I'm sorry, that part of it takes me out of it.
Well, you got him against low-level guys.
They're not low, they're all trained. Whatever. It doesn't matter. All of it doesn't matter. I didn't let that, I knew it was going to be like that, so I didn't let it bother the movie for me. But if we're going to put realistic against realistic, definitely a lot of unrealistic stuff. It's a Mark Wahlberg movie.
Fair.
I was going to give this an 8.8.
Damn!
It's very high.
Shooter! Oh, shit!
I love Shooter.
Okay.
I probably watched it 8-10 times. Easy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're sticking. So you said you were gonna go with. You are going 8.8.
I'm going 8.8. Yes.
Okay.
I was debating because I'm not going to go 9s because I won't watch it anytime it's on. But I've seen it a lot.
Yeah, and that's I don't know. That's crazy. I mean, we're close. Both movies are great movies.
Yeah, they said that all right.
They also said that artificial sweeteners were safe, and WMDs were in Iraq, and Anna Nicole married for love.
All right, I want to know who won.
Okay, so 8.3 plus
8.3
7.8
7.8
divided by 2.
divided by 2, 8.05.
So that's 8.1 because we do one.
All right, well, 8.1.
Yeah.
And I don't know what movie that is yet. Don't tell me. And then the next one?
7.6
7.6
plus 8.8
8.8
divided by 2.
divided by 2. 8.2.
That's funny.
Oh, that's close.
Yeah, man. So they're right there.
Which one? Which one won?
Shooter.
Shooter won?
Okay. Which is what I said when you were like, who do you think? I said Shooter.
It's that was very close. And it's our decision, so boom.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're highly recommendable. Whatever you... Courtney hasn't seen Shooter. She had schoolwork to do, otherwise she would have watched it with me. But yeah, both great movies. And thanks for everybody that voted. So that was...
In the first round of MovieKombat,
boom,
goes to Shooter.
Shooter. Yep. All right.
Do we have the movies for next week, or do you want to announce that later?
I was going to do it all at the end.
All at the end. So
Okay.
we'll let you know the next head-to-head matchup at the end of this episode.
Yes, indeed.
Stay tuned.
So stay tuned. Okay, so we're going to jump into our actual review, which is A Knight's Tale. This is a movie that Chris wanted me to see. So let's just get into it.
Let's get into
Okay,
it.
A Knight's Tale, 2001, directed by Brian Helgeland. I think that's how you say it. He wrote and directed this movie, actually.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah,
I like
so-
when people do that.
So he's got a bunch of writing. He's wrote a lot of screenplays, and he's also he's directed less than he's written. But he directed 42, the Jackie Robinson movie. He directed Legend.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which I didn't like, but that's neither here nor there. But he also wrote the screenplay for Man on Fire, which is my favorite Denzel movie. So he knows he knows what he's doing a little bit.
Yeah, you can tell when you watch this movie too. Little things he does to keep the audience engaged, and it's impressive directorial debut if it was or whatever.
It wasn't a debut, but he was seasoned, I think, at this
Yeah,
point.
well, it was good.
Yeah. Okay, so the plot basically, did I say it came out in 2001? It's rated PG-13, 2 hours and 12 minutes. And the plot is that after his master dies, a peasant squire, played by Heath Ledger, and he's got this strong desire to become a knight and compete in jousting tournaments.
Change his stars, as he calls it.
Change his stars.
Which means change his future.
Yep. Yeah. You got Heath Ledger plays the main character, William Thatcher. You have also a great supporting cast in here, like you did in what we were talking about the first two movies. Mark Addy plays one of his friends, Roland, who is... Did you recognize him? Do you know who that was?
Yeah, of course.
Robert Baratheon.
King Baratheon.
From Game of Thrones. Alan Tudyk plays his other friend, Watt.
Love him.
Great. He's done... If you look at his credits, TV voiceover work is just like...
He's the pirate in Dodgeball.
Pirate and Dodgeball, have that written down. But one that he was in that I think a lot of people haven't seen and I think they should see is Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
I've seen that.
It
Funnier
is
than I thought it was going to be.
hysterical.
Yeah.
Way funnier than you'd think it would be. Paul Bettany plays Jeffrey Chaucer.
Chaucer. That's a real person.
Is it?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Jeffrey Chaucer is like a super famous poet.
Bro, no idea.
Okay.
I had no idea.
Damn. So that might not have hit as hard.
I guess not.
But there was
yeah, that makes sense though. That makes sense. Oh man.
Yeah, there's historians that track Jeffrey Chaucer's life.
Okay.
And there was a period where they couldn't figure out what he was doing.
And
when he wrote it as this was his lost years.
Dude, that is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So I like the movie a little bit more now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And
not that I dislike the movie, don't take that the wrong way, but that's awesome. I think that's so cool.
The reason I even thought to bring it up in the first place, you're probably about to say, Vision. This is the character that plays Vision from MCU, WandaVision, the Vision.
Paul Bettany.
And that's where this role is where I knew him from. So I was in love with that character because of this role way before that ever came out. So I was like, you gotta check it out.
It's one of his earliest roles.
Yeah.
And I think he's my favorite character from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But Heath Ledger's solid. And then the Heath Ledger's love interest, Jocelyn, is played by Shannon Sossamon, she was in 40 Days and 40 Nights, that movie with Josh Hartnett.
Yeah.
She was in some stuff. It looked like she was pretty big in the early 2000s, but lately I don't think she's been in a lot. But
no.
Like all the characters, but I think my favorite was Paul Bettany's character. He was absolutely great. I mean,
great.
So funny, man. So funny. And that's just movie. They do a weird thing where it's like, it's a medieval story, but they modernize the hell out of it.
Right, and that can take you out of it quickly.
It did. My initial thoughts were like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like the music is all like modern rock music.
Which
the dialogue.
I'm okay with.
The dialogue was all like we talk now. Or like people talked in the early 2000s. Like that's how they spoke.
Right.
The jokes, everything was modernized.
Yeah.
So a little bit, I was just kind of like, okay, all right. But it was fun. It was fun.
Right.
So I was like, I was enjoying it, but I was like, this is kind of weird.
So it almost feels like a kid's movie, honestly, to me.
Yeah.
So I watched it in 2001 when it came out. I was 12. So my love for it comes from me being 12. If I watch Sandlot as an adult, I don't know that I have the same reaction. You know what I mean?
I don't know. That movie holds up pretty well.
It does, but you've already seen it. To watch it for the first time, I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm not trying to defend your opinion.
No.
I've loved it since I was a kid.
Yeah.
This movie made Heath Ledger my favorite actor.
Of all time?
Well, he died, so.
But I'm saying, but he can still be your favorite of all time.
Nah, he's not my favorite of all time.
Okay.
But at the time period, I was like, wow, good for him.
That's awesome.
I really like 10 Things I Hate About You also.
Which is crazy. That I also love that movie. That is a great movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I did think the movie was maybe a touch too long. They probably could have shortened it up a little.
What, 210 or something?
212 it says. But like there's a little bit they probably could have edited out, like there's this big dance number scene in the beginning, in the middle.
I didn't like that scene.
That was like, I was like, what is this? That you could have cut out for me. I didn't need that.
Right.
But overall, man, I did enjoy the movie. Good. Yeah, it's fun. It's lighthearted. It's nothing that you have to like buckle up. This is gonna be a bumpy ride, man.
Right.
It's just it's an enjoyable watch, and I see why people like it so much. But I mean, that's about it. Like as far as like,
so
we're gonna jump into spoilers. Obviously, do you have anything general you'd like?
So just quickly on the story plot. He wants to be a knight,
which is illegal because it's not. Yeah.
Right. You have to be born into a royal family. You need to be a sir of some sort to be a knight, and they compete in these games like joust competition, sword competition, stuff like that to win prizes, almost like you see at the Renaissance Festival. And he was squiring for a knight that died. He pretended to be him, jousted, said, we're going to pretend to be a knight. Jeffrey Chaucer comes along, writes him patents of nobility, which are like your birth certificate that proves that you're royalty.
Yeah.
And he goes under a new name and starts competing in tournaments. Turns out he's really good at it.
Which was his something Liechtenstein. I mean, his name was ridiculous,
Yeah. Sir Ulrich von Liechtenstein.
Ulrich, yeah.
Yes!
Good. Now, flourish the pinky.
Flourish the pinky.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that, I mean, and then it goes from there. He's competing, he's very good. And then he finds Jocelyn, and
falls in love.
Yeah, and he's got the
rival
night, yeah. And it just, I wouldn't say it's predictable, but it's not like a storyline that you haven't seen play out,
Right.
But yeah, it's overall great. And now if you want, maybe we can touch on some like nitty gritty details that I like, because there were some things towards the end that like is what really hooked me. And that is that like the story I didn't really care too much about up until they showed you his backstory.
Where he came from.
And his backstory is that his father was also poor. They were born in essentially like slums, and his father gave him away to try to give him a chance at a better life.
Yep.
Which was like, it was heartbreaking, and it was like, man, but he knew that he couldn't provide for him. Mm-hmm. So he sent him away with his man, thinking that he would have a better life. Yep. And that's where I really, not that I was giving up or anything, but what I'm saying is that is the emotional connection where I was like, oh, okay, I get his, because he has this drive to just become, and I didn't understand. I was like, oh, what, but it all, like, then it circles back, and you, like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yep.
And that's when I was hooked. I don't know, what about, like...
It did take a long time to get there, though.
And that's what I'm saying,
right.
with the fact that it may be a touch too long, like, there were...
Yeah, I agree 100%. Okay. So I do enjoy that they jumped right into it. Mm-hmm. I think there's little things the writer did that was very smart. Like, modern people don't know shit about jousting or how it's scored. So the first scene, he gets in his joust uniform, and Roland goes over and says, all right, he's up 2 lances to none. If you don't get knocked off your horse, you win. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I'm not an idiot. Like, I know how this goes.
Yeah.
So it's good dialogue, but it's just a quick way for the director to let the people watching know that that's what has to happen, and it feels seamless. So it's not forced, but it's explaining it. So I feel like, honestly, the movie was probably going to be a lot longer, and he did as much as he could to condense it down to 2.5, doing stuff like that. Quick flashbacks so you can get backstories fast. Mm-hmm. I think the flashbacks that gave you the backstory on them were only like 2 minutes.
They weren't long.
Yeah, they were quick.
Scattered throughout. I appreciated that too, because I don't know anything about jousting.
Right, I mean, who does?
Exactly.
It's the state sport.
I also find it
Maryland state sport.
Jousting?
Yep. Google it. The more you know.
Okay, Google. I also don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it doesn't, and I'm a total idiot on this. It doesn't seem that hard. Like how do, like, it doesn't, the way they do this, like, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's like, okay, I guess they were limited in sports back then, but I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I would watch it.
Well, I mean, now.
Right now, I'd watch it for sure.
Like, but I don't know what I'm trying to say. It just doesn't. I don't know, man. I've never been to medieval times. I guess I've never seen it live.
But it's all so.
Maybe it's more exciting if you're there.
It's all a mimic of what actual combat's supposed to be like.
Okay.
So they had the sword fighting, stuff like that. And the joust, I guess, is a person that's in the army riding with a big spear, poking people as he drives by them.
Okay.
Not rides by them.
Drives by.
The medieval drive-by.
Yeah. Yeah, man, and I don't know. Like, it's fun to watch. I just don't get it, I guess. I don't know.
Are you even a Marylander?
I guess not. I did spend a little time in South Dakota as a kid. I don't know what their state sport is. Maybe hunting, pheasant hunting.
Right. I really enjoyed the dialogue from the love interest as well. Like, Jocelyn. Back then, girls were not like that. No. But she was super strong-willed.
I mean, she had purple hair, like the hair on the female character. Like they did really.
Yeah, she was a feminist back then, which is tough. But like I said, it takes you out of the time period. But if you're looking at it, I looked at it like a Disney movie. It's reminiscent to me of like the Three Musketeers.
Okay.
If you've ever seen that, the one with Chris O'Donnell.
I don't remember that. I don't remember it. Yeah.
We're gonna have to do something about that. It's one of my favorite movies, also.
Okay.
So it's very reminiscent of that. Like, it's just an old school Disney movie where they put you in a timepiece. It's not super authentic. You can't look at it like, I want to learn something about that time.
Right.
And then enjoy the story. But he said something like, "Hey lad, I need to know what your name is." And she looked at him and said, "If I was ugly, would you care?"
Yeah.
And he said, "No."
Yeah.
Or, I don't know.
Maybe.
That was a good response.
Yeah, that was good.
So.
They had chemistry for sure. I enjoyed. Who I liked more too was the female blacksmith, which was
awesome.
Was historically not a female profession, right? But she was like the best blacksmith of the time. I loved her character. I thought she was so witty and funny. I liked her a lot, actually. But yeah, I overall, man, I do just think it was a really fun, and it does take a minute to get there.
Yeah.
But like when that emotional stuff started happening, towards the end, he goes back to London, like for the final tournament, the jousting tournament, and he seeks out his he seeks out his father, and he finds out he's still alive, still living where where he was born, and he goes and finds him, and
he's
then
blind.
He is.
Oh, sorry.
No. I wasn't going to mention that. So good. Yeah. So he has become blind, so he can't see him, and he comes in. He's like, I have news of your son, and my son's still alive. And you see him and then he tells this story about him and how he's changed his stars, and then at that moment you see him, and he's like, wait a minute, and then he realizes that it's him. And you can't help but get emotional.
Oh yeah, I cried
at that moment. Like I
cried a couple times in this movie.
Yeah, it's crazy. Honestly. I was like, it took me so by surprise. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then there's some crazy shit happens with his rival. He
found him. He found out that was his father, and right before the final match, throws him in, has him arrested and thrown into the stockades because he pretended to be of royalty.
Yep.
So. And it all ties back to stuff that happened earlier in the movie.
Which was cool. I like that a lot. Yeah. I like that a lot. And then he ends up getting released, and he's allowed to fight the final.
So, what happens, spoiler alerts.
Yeah, we were there.
The Prince of Wales, who he had battled earlier, future King of England, shows up and says, my historians found his lineage from though humble royal beginnings. And he gets him out and he says, Sir William.
Knights him.
And he doesn't call him whatever, Ulrich von Liechtenstein. He calls him William, his actual name. And that's a huge moment.
It is a huge moment.
And lets him go fight the tournament. And the big thing about that is, he gets in the stadium and everyone starts chanting his name.
His real name.
Yeah, not his fake name.
Yep.
And they grab his father and they're like...
He hears it.
Everyone's cheering your name. Your father just heard them cheer your name.
Yeah, that's the one too. Yeah, dude, that's what I was getting. Yeah. That part was crazy. I was like, oh man, I really it was big moment, man. And
it's good.
Damn. Okay, so the more we've said it, based on what you've said to me about Joffrey, is it Joffrey?
Joffrey.
Chaucer. Yeah.
Geoffrey Chaucer.
I don't know, man. I had my score. It was a little lower than I think what it's actually going to be. Do you have anything else you need to say, or are you ready to score this? Were there any other points you wanted to touch on? Because I'm ready. I can give it the score now.
Yeah.
I think we've hit it all real well, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'll probably definitely still be watching it. Mm-hmm. So this one's high for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 9-2.
Jeesh. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
I did not know it was... Did you say that? I don't ever remember you saying...
Maybe not, but growing up it was. So.
Okay, 9.2. Wow. Okay, I'm not that high.
It is a little different now that I'm older.
Yeah.
But I do watch it a lot.
I can see... Had I seen this when I was younger, I may have been like, damn, this movie's awesome,
right.
You know? Yeah, so I'm not that high. And I, shit. And I actually don't even know if I would ever...
Watch it again?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll show Celine when she gets older.
Don't force a score?
No, I'm not forcing a score. No. I'm not forcing it. Because I was low 7s. I think I'm mid 7s now.
Okay.
I am I'm just going to say 7.5. Coming into this, I was 6'9", 7'1". But talking about it and getting excited and talking about those moments, 7.5. I really enjoy this movie. And I would definitely recommend people see it. It's not streaming anywhere. I also purchased this one.
Yeah, me too.
But
you own it or you rent it?
I do own it now.
Oh wow!
I break it down you know, like, if I ever do want to watch it again, now I don't have to pay to rent it again.
That's
so
fine.
I could pay $4, or I pay $12, now have it forever.
Right.
Like, what difference does it make?
Fair enough.
But yeah, so there it is. Score's a score. That's going to be probably in the 8s average somewhere, right?
Yeah. Like low 8s probably.
Yeah, definitely check it out. And what we got? Last but not least, we have ThreeToKeep.
Oh, the 3-to-keep.
Yeah, which was suggested by our boy, John Hull. We changed it up just slightly. We just subbed one out for the other, thinking to make it a little bit tougher for people. Turns out it wasn't that tough. You know? So we did a Tom Hanks, Castaway, The Green Mile, Forrest Gump, and Saving Private Ryan. Okay. Now, it's very heavy on the Castaway. I mean, so many people were just immediate, like it wasn't even hard. Castaway, gone.
Out of those, it wasn't hard for me.
So here's the thing. I also am picking Castaway,
Me
right?
too.
But it's not. And my justification is that, like, while it is a really good movie, the other 3 are amazing movies.
Yeah.
And it just, like, it doesn't, like, you know, but you do have to think about it, because to me, like, some points were made. I think John made this point, Keith Owens, a few people made, like, Tom Hanks was solo acting his ass off in Castaway. And I thought, I mean, that's a performance that it's like, damn, we're not going to get to see that anymore. You know, it's like, not that he's not great in the, you know, everything, but yeah, it ultimately had to be Castaway.
So, if you throw Big in there, it's going to be a way harder choice for me.
And take Castaway out?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and that's the other thing. Initially we had Sleepless in Seattle instead of The Green Mile.
And I think Sleepless in Seattle might have made it a closer match from the female's perspective.
Yeah, I don't know because I haven't seen that movie. But Tom Hanks has plenty.
But it's still a love movie.
Yeah. He has plenty that we can pick more from and try it again.
Great. Generational actor.
Because I was slightly curious, because that does give the 4 a little bit more, it's more broad, right? There's more options in, as far as, like, genre. Nobody picked Forrest Gump, by the way, which, smart, right?
Yeah.
We had some picks for The Green Mile. People said it's the one they've watched the least. And it's, I mean, that's a long one, right? I mean, I can see why you wouldn't watch that one all the time.
Right.
But I also haven't seen. I've seen Saving Private Ryan, the most recent, and that movie, it just gets better every time you see it. I think it gets better and better.
Okay.
And I really got to call out 2 people, Scriv and Ebba, who picked Saving Private Ryan. Actually, well, Ebba technically picked Saving Ryan's Privates, so I don't know if it's the same movie, but she did type that.
No, that's what she typed in.
Yeah.
She meant that movie.
Yeah.
She's probably seen that one a bunch of times.
Yeah, but they all cracked me up. Her, Lenora, they're like, this is too hard. I'm not happy about this. So it was fun. It was a lot of good conversation in the comments.
Well, that's what it is. Yeah. It's a good debate.
Yeah, it was great stuff. And thank you to everybody who played. I love doing these. I'm pumped about more of these. I'm pumped about more MovieKombat. You know what I thought would have made this the hardest, honestly, is to take out Castaway and put Toy Story in its place.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like that, to me, it's like...
Shit, yeah, that would have been hard.
And at that point, I think I probably lose The Green Mile. But I do want to watch...
Can you rank those?
Saving Private Ryan, 100% number 1. Then Forrest Gump, then Green Mile. But I haven't seen The Green Mile in so long. I'd have to rewatch... Forrest Gump I know is amazing, but I'd have to watch The Green Mile again to go honest 2 or 3. Right. And then Castaway is number 4, obviously, because I picked it. What about you? Have you seen Saving? You've seen Saving Private Ryan, right? Okay.
Shit. I would say probably Forrest Gump, The Green Mile, Saving Private Ryan, then Castaway.
So you don't like Saving Private? I mean,
I love it. Yeah, okay. It's great. It's just I've only watched it once or twice, and it's been a long time. So maybe I'll rewatch it.
Dude, I'm telling you,
maybe I'll revisit it to make sure that my score is still my score.
I think I actually talked about it in like one of our early episodes, like 10 or before. Mm-hmm. I was on like a World War II kick.
Yeah, we did.
And it really, like, rewatching it as an adult, like, I was like,
It has been a long time since I've seen it.
Shit. Oh, excuse me.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's great. So yeah, there's that. There's it wasn't even. It's funny. I will say, did you see what Luke? What's up? Down under, buddy. Did you see what he said? He said, "Castaway can fuck the fuck off." And I said, "That's fine to say from someone that lives on an island." You're castaway down there, my guy. Oh man, that shit, baby. That guy. Damn, I got 4.
Yeah, another one. Yeah, and big shout out to Luke. I'm not going to mention why, but thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry that happened.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that offline. I'll probably talk about it on the podcast. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to bring it up here, but if you want to know what happened with Luke and I, listen to the podcast. It's
up.
An interesting story. Mm-hmm. Not interesting, scary, and it sucks, but
yeah,
it was weird.
I also saw the new episode is out. Episode 8 is out, or no, season 2, episode 8 for the podcast is out. Right? You guys interviewed somebody?
Did it drop?
I saw it today.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet, actually.
I haven't listened to it yet.
So,
it just came out this afternoon.
It's good. I think we have a good guest. Yep. It's very heavy on the working out. The guest we had is currently the 3rd strongest person on the planet.
Jesus.
He for his weight class right now, he holds the record in squats. He's at 243. Wow. He did 950, I think, in competition. Just
that's so much weight. What's a ton? 1,100? What's a ton? How many pounds is
a ton? Is $2,000.
Oh, 2,000. Oh shit! I thought it was less than that. Okay.
Yeah. So crazy, just crazy to have that on your back. And
I'm looking forward to listening to the episode.
It's good. And he doesn't do like the world's strongest man. That's a different thing. We talk about that a lot.
Okay.
His is squat, bench, deadlift. Those are the focus competitions. Mm-hmm. If you ever watch West Side Barbell on Netflix. Huge. It's a powerlifters documentary. It's awesome. Like, even if you don't like powerlifting, watch it. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. Well, he got invited to go work out there. And they're kind of discussing him maybe joining the gym and moving out to Ohio. Like,
wow.
I don't know what he's planning on doing, but it's interesting. He's not everywhere yet. He's only 25.
Oh, wow.
So he's got big places to go, and I'm excited to watch the journey.
That's cool, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to listening to that. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so last but not least, we'll just give you next week's episode, a little sneak preview. We're going to do another MovieKombat. And so, like, this week there was the Mark Wahlberg theme. I thought that would be fun. But next week we're going off the rails. Okay, we're going to do The Revenant. Chris did another random, smacked his finger on the page, landed on The Revenant. And he's like, let's do something nuts. So we're The Revenant versus The Sandlot, which we talked about a little bit in a previous episode in a ThreeToKeep, but this will be fun to actually officially score it alongside The Revenant, and we'll do another story, another poll, all that stuff.
Revenant versus Sandlot. I have a feeling Revenant's going to get washed in the polls.
I would also probably think that. Let's see. Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes out the 19th, so we're going to talk about that week to week again. However, it's going to be shorter segments.
Condensed.
We're not going to do like we did with WandaVision. That was not necessarily that I think the episodes were too long, but we were really trying to cram a lot in. So it'll be more abbreviated segments for Falcon and Winter Soldier. We'll score it again at the end of the season, like we did with WandaVision. But also we're a week behind on the episodes with the way we film and everything. So it's more just like a recap, just because we love Marvel so much here. But I'm really looking forward to watching it. All the trailers have looked crazy.
The action sequences seem.
They look
awesome.
sick. Yeah. Just the one with Falcon practicing with the shield looks awesome, man. Yeah. It looks great. So I'm excited for that. And then next week's movie is The Courier. Brand new, comes out in theaters on the 19th.
I actually have a movie date with my wife tomorrow to go see Dinner and a Movie. First time since before COVID, and I'm excited.
Yeah, where are you going?
Hoyt's.
Nice. Yeah. I haven't been there in a long time. So yeah, we're going to do The Courier. Benedict Cumberbatch and other people. I don't know who else.
There's other people.
Yeah. I'll also probably talk about Justice League next week because the Snyder Cut comes out.
I'm going to watch it too.
Yeah.
So we can actually review it if you want the week after. Whatever. We'll figure
something out. Yeah. But that's it. Boom, boom, boom. Next week, we'll either do another ThreeToKeep or Name Their Movie. Maybe we'll bring back Name Their Movies next week. Yeah. So lastly, Shot O'Clock.
Shot O'Clock. While he does that, the movie awards are getting filmed on April 1st. That is not a fool. We're not fooling you. It's not a joke.
Yep.
We'll be releasing who won same month as the the Academy Awards, Oscars, whatever you want to call it. And Ours is going to be better.
Probably.
Just honestly.
Yep.
We're going to have a small gathering, not many people, a couple guests from here, and the people that actually voted on the nominations. So look out for that. We'll do some cuts, some drop edits, and things. It'll be fun.
Good times.
Good times.
What is this? Episode 31. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks to everybody for watching. Like, share, subscribe. We love you.
Thanks again, Luke.
Appreciate you. Cheers.
Real talk for real movies, yeah, we'll listen. Real life on real hype, you feel different. Underrated, appreciated, or barely made it. You let us know at Law Bay, yeah, you really hate it. And Christmas like in the past, he thought it going better. And like Jess, it didn't show up, and we gon' let him. It's real talk, no theoretical, though it ain't invisible, man. It's so dependable, damn. You can't see him if it's dark or bright. Ask Chris with his Miller Lite. Or Blockbuster, it's so good, right? Candyman or Tony Dodd or Holy God. I mean the devil all the time, we're released alive. Apocalypto, go against the grain. Like your boy Adam, who drink Jack like Jungle Land and Nick Mullins. Educators, tell us what you know about him. Is it bad or good like Peanut Butter Falcon? Special guests like Danny D and Dave Arnold. Let us look to the future, event horizon. In real life, the movie will never stop. Till it does, we drop, and there's no getting up. Until then, subscribe and they let you know the tops. Only way to know for sure is to watch. So shut up and drink your pops, your soda and corn pops, and listen to the real life movie talk. I'm isolated like the lady in black, and I seek revenge for these movies that whack.